The following podcast contains explicit mom language. Discretion is advised.
Hi, and welcome to the No Bullshit Moms podcast, where we dive into the world of motherhood with a twist. Join us as we explore the unfiltered, unapologetic, and sometimes controversial side of being a mom. We're here to keep it real and push the boundaries of traditional motherhood. So grab your coffee, put on your favorite pair of mom jeans, and get ready to embrace your inner edgy mom.
She's fancy, I'm trashy as Together, we're keeping it classy. Let's dive in.
Welcome
to No Bullshit Moms. Just for the record, we have tried to do this now. This is our third time. First time we had interruptions from small ones. Second time, the recording just stopped.
It just stopped. I looked down. Good thing we weren't like 45 minutes in.
It would have sucked.
That would have been terrible.
Awful.
But, so my kid had her first sleepover.
She did, and she had it at my house.
It was really odd for me not to have her here.
I was really nervous how she was going to do come bedtime because my kid is almost 9.
Yeah.
And she doesn't do well at like friends' house. She does great at like grandparents, but doesn't do well at friends. So I was nervous.
Yeah.
But she did go to sleep.
I know. I was really impressed that I didn't get a phone call. And I stayed up pretty late. Like
she didn't ask for you once.
I know. Like, it's like a little independent warrior.
And she speaks her damn mind.
She
ain't
so my
afraid
kid.
to tell you what she wants, when she wants it, how she's feeling. Nothing.
Yeah. She's so my kid, isn't she?
So your kid.
I know. I love it.
And she comes into my room all the time. All night she kept coming in. Mindy. And she'd stare at me and be like, yeah, waiting for something, you know. Hi. I'm like, hi. And she just runs back and gets right back into bed. And by like the 5th time, I was ready to be like, do you just want to sleep in my bed? But then I turned the TV off and she did great. She fell right to sleep.
Yeah.
And then from my understanding, when all 3 of them woke up, your daughter did steal the blankets off all other ones. And then Joe defended herself and said, well, I was freezing.
Well.
And Macklin's like, well, so was I. And I was like, there's a under blanket.
I mean, to be fair, my kid's like 2 pounds.
Oh, I know. When she comes down for breakfast and her whole body is shaking and I had to give her a blanket because I forget, like, they're so small, you know, because I'm like always hot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't.
You'd think though, because like we live in a basement apartment. It's colder down here a lot.
You would think because heat rises. My downstairs is freezing.
Well, and because like we have like a temperature control. So when everybody upstairs is gone, the heat turns off. It gets cold in here during the day. Like there's times when I'm like, oh shit, I got to go turn it on because it's like freezing. But I'm really proud. She did really good.
Mm-hmm.
She's like my little independent.
You do it more often.
I know.
And I love that she's gotten comfortable with me and in my space because when she was little and I would just babysit her sometimes.
Yeah.
She struggled. She really struggled. But now it's like she shows up. She's a part of it.
Yeah.
She laughs all the time.
I know. And
she is your daughter. All you do is laugh.
She has no idea what's going on either.
None, but she just thinks you're so funny.
I know. I love it.
So today, this pod is just going to kind of be about, and I think we talked about setting goals in one of our last pods about New Year's resolutions.
We kind of mentioned and we touched on like some of the things that we're doing, but we kind of wanted to go more in detail.
Yeah, like, and specifically for me, I wanted to go into more of the detail on the finances part of our New Year's resolution that we did and our calendars and our planners. So yeah. I have always made fun of Dari for carrying around these planners and scheduling out her dinners and looking all productive and shiz. And then there's me that for a while, I'd be like, oh, shit, I just booked therapy, my dentist appointment, my doctor's appointment, and parent-teacher conference all within the same hour. Which one do I cancel? And then I'm getting late fees and no show charges, right?
Yeah.
So my ride or die over here, she just bought me a planner, and I was uncertain about it at first. And I came over and all of a sudden I got excited, right?
Yeah.
So I spent that whole day writing into it because I was like,
you came over.
Check. I'm going to do this.
We scheduled out our pods.
Mm-hmm.
We know when we're recording because that's a big thing too for us. Like we have it, for the first while, we've had a hard time deciding when we're going to record.
Right.
Because we have to schedule around the kids. I work graves. You work days and nights.
Mm-hmm.
So when the hell do we fit in doing a pod? We were just smart enough to go ahead and throw in a podcast too.
Yes.
So,
but this is like not work to me. This is just an opportunity to already share what we're going to talk about anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we're already going to
So I look forward to this.
I do too.
But I got the schedule, and I will say this. This is coming from the trashier side of the tracks, okay? I have found myself being a hell of a lot more responsible, productive since starting it because I've made a promise with myself this year is one of my big things going into this year is I wanted to be, not that I'm not irresponsible financially, but I wanted to I didn't want to live paycheck to paycheck anymore. I got to the point that I kind of got sick of having to wait 2 weeks to go get something or buy something or, wait for payday to come around. So, and I got myself in a lot of ridiculous credit card debt. And we all have it, okay, let's not judge each other for this, but a lot of credit card debt.
Yeah.
And it was one of those that I was not, I'm closer to 40 than I am 30. And you think I'd understood the interest rate on these credit cards, but I'm also building my credit, right? So to me, it worked because it did start building my credit because I just didn't have any credit.
Yeah.
But I went a little too far. Bought way too many pajama sets. And
yeah, but I think coming from somebody like me, I'm younger than you, but I learned a lot of lessons in money early on. I really royally fucked up.
You kind of have to fuck up in order to understand how to redo it.
I mean, I didn't learn about credit. I didn't learn about all that kind of stuff, and I didn't understand it. I'm terrible with numbers. When I met my husband, I was doing really, really well with money, and just after being with him, and he wasn't very good with money when we first started dating, and now he's got like an 800 something credit score. He's way better than I am.
Well, it's a good thing we share him then.
I know, right? But he stays on top of it, which like made me want to stay on top of it. And anytime I do like fall behind or I fuck up or I do something, he holds me accountable, which I appreciate because I needed somebody like that in my life who does hold me accountable for money choices. Because I'm a shopper. I love to shop.
See, and I'm more like your husband. I mean, my credit score is not 800. But it is almost 700. So it's there. I mean, but I was raised by a phenomenal mother who, if she passed anything on to me, it was how to deal with your finances.
Oh, your mom's a frugal motherfucker.
She knows how to save so much money. Like when it comes to food or gas or expenses, like she knows what she's doing and how she's doing it. And that is one thing that she has taught me and all my siblings. Is how to be responsible with your money. Now, doesn't matter how old you get, but when you do get yourself in some credit card debt, it is very scary to go to your parents and just say,
"Oh, don't I know that?"
but I want the whole reason for this year was to get caught up on all of that. I wanted to get to the point where I'm debt free. That's ultimately my goal. Yeah. And if I get into debt, it's for a good cause, for a good reason. And I always have the means to bring that and pay that off.
Yep.
So you're not paying that high interest rate.
Yep.
So this is kind of when 2025 hit, I decided that I wanted to do less debt. I wanted to get that paid off and do more trips. I wanted to make more memories with my child. I wanted to do like less expenses on toys. I'm not buying any toys throughout the year.
Yeah.
That's saved for like birthdays and holidays. Anything else, it's going to be saved, which is why you and I have started the money challenge.
Well, so first we started the envelope, which mine's a little fancier than Mindy because she's trashy.
Well, she bought hers on Amazon. I got mine on Temu. Okay, in all fairness, I saved money.
But we're doing the envelopes.
Oh, I just got envelopes.
Yeah.
And put them in and wrote on them. Dari's got like this book that's got stickers and it's like a trap keeper. And mine's just like free floating in a kitchen cabinet right now with envelopes.
See, I would lose it, or my kid would find it and be like, "Oh my god, Mom, let me put this in my piggy bank." So I got this, and it came with stickers, and you can
I
make
am
it
going to
just
order one of those.
Yeah, because it does make it
I
convenient. And
actually might get on tonight and do that.
It's like I sent you the link because
Yeah.
it's just like in the same spot. I took like gift cards that Tyler and I got for Christmas that has like little card holders. So I put those in there, and then I've got 8 envelopes. I think you could buy more if you needed.
So explain that though. Like when we talk about envelopes, what are we talking about?
Well, so I have an envelope for emergencies. I have an envelope for car, for saving, for debt, for kids, for pets, bills, and miscellaneous. So my thought here is, for me, obviously everybody should have an emergency fund, which I've never had in my entire life. I've never set up anything to save for an emergency, and I always end up in emergency.
Me too.
So I kind of like that idea, and I tend to put, if I have like an extra $1 or $2 extra, I put it in my emergency one.
Yeah.
But so then like car, like oil changes, those always come up at the most inopportune times.
Well, and the best part about it too, for anybody that, and you know what we should do is on Facebook, we should put this link of Amazon.
Yeah, we
of
will.
where it is. So if you want to start it too, you can. But the best part about it that I love is there is no set amount in these that you can put in. So if you're only putting $1 in each envelope, even a month or a week or 2 weeks, it doesn't matter.
You have $8, like I have 8 envelopes.
Just put $1 in each
of them.
And then you kind of let it sit for a couple months. On like, my car is older, so I've always putting work into my car. So I always make sure I put more money in that envelope than I do necessarily. But my envelopes are different. So the way and you can do them however you want.
Yeah.
Like my envelopes, I have an envelope for me, and I have an envelope for my daughter, and I have an envelope for pets, and I have an envelope for my car, and then I've got a vacation envelope, and I do it that way. And so and
you did one for like date night with Matt.
Yeah. So I kind of did my envelopes a little different. So and I just put money in them. So when they get built up, eventually, like my daughter doesn't need anything right now, but eventually comes springtime.
Yeah.
When there's new clothes that need to be done, I pull money out of that envelope. That's not coming from my car. It's not coming from my housing. It's not coming from food. It's coming from an envelope that's specifically for that.
And here's something that I thought about last night when I was putting my money in, because we ended up getting a little bit of extra money this week. So I put it in my envelope in my money challenge. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, even if like I pulled what's out of my kid's envelope right now because my kid needed new shoes.
Mm-hmm.
At least I didn't spend the entire amount out of my checking account on the shoes. I bought them at a discount.
Right.
Like, I didn't have to cover the entire thing, but at least it helped. So I didn't spend so much money.
Yeah.
And the envelope that the binder that I got came with it came with ideas, and then it came with like little labels that you could make yourself if there was something else. But there was tons of different ones in there, like gifts, health, utilities, dining out, household, personal, makeup. If you're somebody who needs to
I
save
think
for
the reason
makeup.
that some of my envelopes don't have like utilities and stuff, because all of that I have on auto pay.
Yeah. Well, stuff that I have auto pay on, I'm not going to put
But
in
you
there.
still have to keep into consideration that what you're leaving in your account for all the auto pay stuff. So what I did is in a separate, that's not my calendar, my scheduler or whatever.
Yeah.
Just a different binder. I went through and I created a budget sheet. So I put everything, and that's everything that's like Netflix, that's Hulu, that's, your gas, your power, your water, your trash, everything that you're paying, food, whatever you need, medical expenses. I write it down because I know, at my age, exactly what needs to be paid. And then I know, because my situation's just a little different, because I do get paid weekly from various jobs, I know what I need to make every week.
Yeah.
So then I hit that now, but I know what I have to have when it's coming out, what needs to go in. And then after those, because those are like my priority bills, everything that comes out, like obviously my rent,
but
your
making
utilities,
sure that you keep that in your account,
payment,
right?
Yep. I make sure I have that gets paid first and foremost, right? Because you go on your list. So I was always taught when it comes to finances, you go and you always make sure the first one, the most important one, is always paid first, which is usually where we're living.
Yep.
Okay. then, so that one's always paid. And then obviously you have cars. So you have your car payment, car insurance, you got to have a car.
Yeah.
Right? Pay that one. Because your utilities, and this is bad advice or whatever, that you're, just took my hat off. So Larry gets to see my true hair. That your utilities, sometimes if you can't make those, you can roll them over for a month. So that one, I don't make that one a top priority, right? They're not going to just come and turn my power and my heat off. They never have. And I've gotten behind on them before. But once all those main ones, and food, believe it or not, is always on the bottom of my list just because I know we'll never starve. I've got too many family, friends, everything. So that one's always on the bottom of my list.
Yeah.
Right? I make sure everything else is paid. And then when all of that's paid, then I know what I have to work with. Then I pull the remaining out to put into my money savings book. And whatever is outside of that goes into these envelopes that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And eventually it's going to get to the point that we have a savings in the food and the date nights and the miscellaneous and the emergencies and the debt funds and all that, that we can then start pulling from it. Right now, I think I have like $2 in every envelope, right? Because I just started it yesterday.
Yeah.
But it is going to be a way to get caught up on stuff.
Yeah.
And more organized.
Yeah.
And aside from that, why don't you tell them about the money savings too that we're doing?
So you and I have 2 different money saving challenges, but we're doing it the same way.
We got one that's on Amazon and one that's on Temu. Let me know which one you want to afford. Mine was like $2 and Dari's was probably $12. So
yeah, mine was 12.
You're going to be fancy, go with hers. If you like trashy, go with mine.
But it's the 100 envelope saving challenge. At the end of the year, hopefully we can say, in this book that I'm doing and the way that I'm doing it, we can save $5,050.
See, and that's if you're an overachiever. If you're an underachiever, quite like myself, you're going to go with the 52-week challenge. And at the end of the 52 weeks, which is a year, you're going to only have about $1,800 saved up. But sometimes when you're a single income household, $5,000 is a stretch.
That's a
stretch.
stretch.
But $1,800 is completely doable. And mine is a weekly thing, whereas Dari's is more of a daily thing.
Yeah. Mine is supposed to be daily, but I live in the real world, and who has money daily to put it in there? I don't.
Right.
That's just the reality of it.
I mean, I could probably do it if it stayed at like $1 or $2 a week, a day.
Probably.
But mine is like week 1, you put $2 away. Week 2, you put 3. Week 3, you put 4, all the way to 52 weeks. And it does have the little, it looks like, those, you collect those Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And you put them in the little,
like.
you put them in the, okay, yeah, yours looks the same. Your binder's just more, mine's falling apart. It's from Temu yet again. It's a little smaller because they're smaller people, but it's the same concept. And the crazy thing is the excitement, the pure excitement I get when I get to fill up one of those slots at the end of the week. And then I was because had $20 in ones.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so exciting, even though it's just $20, just 20 freaking dollars. Not a lot of money, no big deal. But do you know the excitement that I get to fill all this up? Well, it makes me feel like an adult.
It was kind of cool. So the other day, Tyler, we're opening our mail, we're checking our bills, doing the whole thing, right? We don't ever open our mail. And Tyler got a refund check or like a reimbursement check from a lawsuit that had happened with the CPAP machine. And so he was like, they sent me a check for like $160. And I was like, oh, okay, well, go you. And then I look at him and I'm like, well, if you don't need that, I could take
it off your hand.
Yeah, you can take it off your hands. I got somewhere I could put that. So he did actually. He was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's put it in your savings thing and let's just save it because we're saving for so many different things right now. So he gave me the 160 and I put it in our money challenge book and I put it in our envelope and I split it all up and I, did the math, whatever. And so we have saved 3 pages so far of this book, but mine's different than yours because mine goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's how much I put in every envelope. So as of right now,
that's ideally what I was trying to look for. But then, because I bought this one on Temu like a year and a half ago because So way back in the day when I was with my ex, I had a lot of debt, but mine was medical, psychiatric medical. And so my credit was toast and I never cared about it, honestly, because I mean, we're talking like $300,000 in medical debt. I was never going to pay it.
Yeah.
I always told myself I was going to claim bankruptcy. But what happened is she came with a lot of debt. And what I did to pull us out was I started the concept of an envelope savings thing. And what we did, but we had an envelope for everything. We had an envelope for our mortgage. We had an envelope for, internet, everything. Like we went down. And what we did is every time she got paid and I got paid, we cashed it. We brought it in cash. We had thousands of dollars at a time. And I would sit there and stuff it.
Yeah.
And eventually what happened is I was able to completely pull her out of debt by doing this. And then when we needed new tires on our new car, then we were able to take cash and pay that. And we got to the point that we were debt free.
Yeah.
So I started doing that and I wanted to reintroduce it back into my life because somewhere down the line I became irresponsible in the last couple of years, but also the economy's gotten shitty. Things are more money, so it's, I would say a lot of us are kind of not at that point where we can have all this money in our savings account like we used to. So
it's not realistic.
I bought mine a while ago because I wanted to introduce that back into my life. Yeah. But then Dari goes out and buys really fancy stuff to do it. And that's cool. You do you, boo.
Hey, you know what? I am somebody who has to have a place and a place for everything. I have to be very
But
organized,
it is a nice binder. It does make me want the nice binder. So I do think I'm going to get on order that tonight.
I do think because you know what? I'm going to buy a safe and I'm going to put these in my safe.
It's very important because if we're going to hold cash like this, we should probably not announce that we have cash in our house. Guys, I have a whole $15 in my house right now. Don't rob me.
There's not that much in there, honestly. But I am going to buy a safe so that it's put away. It's
but if you think about it for just a second, I just thought about this.
What?
Just this, we're on the second week.
Yeah.
Second week of January. Not only do I have money in that 52-week challenge savings book, but I have money in my envelopes too. And if I combined all that together, I've got money.
You've got a whole $30?
$35.
Don't go touching your envelopes. Not yet.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
But let me say this too, because I don't know. I'm one of them weird people. And then we can go into ideas on how to make a little extra to do this, because that's what we've been working on too. But when you set a goal for yourself and you stick to it and you go, okay, so Dari and I have conversations about goal setting all the time. It's something that we will talk about all the time because we're just trying to succeed in all areas of our life. We are not perfect. No, in fact, we're actually on the lower scale of perfect, but we do set goals, but we set goals and then we never achieve them. We have the intention of doing it, but this year we actually have done phenomenal at doing these goals.
Yeah.
But when you change your mindset and you go into something and go, this is what I want for myself, right?
Yeah.
Have no idea how you're going to accomplish it. You don't know what it's going to look like. You just know that this is what you want. And if you remain positive, I guess that's the word.
I think level-headed.
You just know this is going to happen. Just like you said, a check showed up for you in the mail. Okay. You weren't expecting that check to show up in the mail for a refund of something you guys didn't even know you were getting.
Yeah. That
contributed to a goal of yours.
Yeah.
I will say I did so good on my finances last year. Not that the bank gave me a $20 bonus. And I'll tell you something. And not only did I get a $20 bonus from the bank that I was not expecting, I also have a client who randomly sent me a Venmo as a late Christmas present. But I found it kind of odd that money is just kind of showing up. It's kind of, we talk about the manifesting mama stickers I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
When you set a goal and not say, I can't do this. You just know I'm going to do this and it's just going to work out. It's just going to show up. It really is going to show up.
Yeah.
So set a goal. If like your finances is a goal for yours, don't have to go out and look for how is this going to happen? How am I going to do this when I have no money left over? Just know, I want to set this goal and I am going to remain confident about it, ambitious, and see what shows up for you.
Well, and I think also my mindset for a long time has always been like, if I'm going to save money, I have to start out with like $500.
Nope. Dollar at a time, bitch.
Dollar at a time, because it will all add up. But I'm gung-ho for this right now, and I'm really trying to
It's an addiction.
Yeah, it's like I get really giddy when I get to put money away, and I'm really excited. I'm excited for like when we get to actually use some of that. Like you and I, we've got planners. I bought you a planner this year.
I love it.
She made fun of me for how long, but now she has one.
And it's really cute on it. I love the keep on keeping on it.
Yeah, good days ahead. Keep
on keeping on.
That smiley face. They were $6. They were not.
And guys, you don't have to be rich to do this.
No.
I mean, I'm not rich by any means. I mean, my needs are met.
Yeah.
I have a little extra left over. I feel content. I feel stable. But let's talk about some of the ways that you and I have been able to, because obviously you have a 2 income that you're working with. And then there's me that's working with the 1 income. So this is doable on both ways. If you are working with the 1 income like me, or you have 2 incomes, or if you are that stay-at-home mom that is going on 1 income, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter because it works both ways. Some things that I have done. So I obviously have a boutique that I run, and it has not been the most profitable because the world has kind of changed since COVID, right? Things have gone up dramatically.
Well,
people are not splurging. And January is always a shitty month for anything because everybody sets these goals for themselves and not going to spend money. And I got to wait for all of them to fail. And then it's profitable again. But I have that.
Yeah.
And then I just got some new clients. I got 2 of them, 2 for 1 deal. I work with elderly people.
Yep.
Specifically, I love to do dementia. However, this one's unique, guys. One of them's dementia, one of them is not. But I do that, and then I do other things on the side like DoorDash. We just signed up for Walmart delivery.
Yep, we're going to do Spark.
When you are looking to save money, don't just look at your current job right now to have that be what you're going to play around with. There are other apps on there. They've made it easier to make a little extra. Even if you sign up for DoorDash or Grubhub or Uber Eats or anything like that, and you literally just go out and you don't have all the time in the world because you're working a full-time job, but you're trying to make a financial goal for yourself.
Yeah.
You could go out and just do 1 or 2 orders, make
that's
$20 and use that money every week to fill up your envelope.
Well, that was my plan is because I don't work full-time anymore. I'm part-time, but I still work Graves, and I have Joe. You know, the rest of the time Joe is with me. She is attached at my hip. We are together 24/7, but she does go to preschool. So I figure on the days that I'm off and she's at preschool, I'm going to go do a Spark order, and I'm going to, whatever I make out of that, I'm going to put away.
Right.
Depending on if it's in my envelopes or my money challenge, I'm going to put it away.
Well, and you've got your Spark order. So anyone's not familiar with Walmart Sparks, you go to the curbside pickup type of thing. You let them know you're there. You basically are picking up groceries for people through curbside pickup and then taking it to their house. Then you get paid on an app for doing that. If you're not familiar with DoorDash, DoorDash is a food delivery, and I used to be very humiliated about it, but let me tell you, you make about $20 an hour.
If somebody doesn't know what DoorDash is by now, we've got some serious problems.
So you get it. So it'll ring in an order. I don't know, anywhere from $2 to $10, right? It's McDonald's. You go pick up the food, you drop it off on their porch.
Yeah,
you get paid to do it.
Yeah,
the way to supplement, and then you also have like Grubhub. You have Uber Eats, which is the same as DoorDash.
Yeah.
Also, guys, there are apps out there too, like care.com. If you're not familiar with this app, it is an app where
playing with a toy.
You can sign up or apply to walk people's dogs. You can apply to go and clean someone's house. You can apply to go and babysit.
Or that other one, there's Amazon Flex. You could go pick up Amazon packages and deliver them. And they pay really well.
And if you have really great feet, you can also sell pictures of your feet if you've got good ones.
We did look at it.
I'm not going to lie.
We thought about it.
I'm all for selling pictures of my feet. I don't want to know what they're doing with them. I don't ask questions, but you know what? It's just feet.
Hey, you know what? If somebody would pay for my pedicures, I'm not.
So what it comes down to at the end of the day, I guess I have that mortality because I will do what I can to make ends meet.
Yeah.
And I will do it in various ways, because at the end of the day, it's just hitting those goals. And so there is ways to hit your goals.
Yeah.
They've made it accessible and a little easier to
I think
goals.
Also the payoff of doing it is we've made plans that are future plans that we can work towards, right? So like in the envelopes, we have vacation funds and we can plan to go on a vacation. We can put money away for that now instead of waiting until the last minute going, shit, we planned it and we have no fucking money,
Mm-hmm.
And
it's satisfying. It's satisfying to meet your goals and achieve them. I mean, even if it's just $1.
Well, I mean, we're not like
I'm not rich, guys. This ain't making me rich.
We're not savants and we haven't like fully done this yet, but like we're doing pretty well.
We're not
for
pros,
week 2.
okay? But there are avenues to make, and I mean, you could even go and like, guys, sometimes I will get on just to make a little extra. You can get on and you can make baked goods and you can turn around and sell them to people or put them on a site. You can do fundraisers like, I don't know, go to Swig, go to Little Caesars, start a fundraiser. Do you know what I mean? And sell the fundraisers. Like and if you need help and you want to do all this stuff, Dory and I are really good and we can really coach you through it.
We're killing it over here.
One thing I don't recommend is selling yourself. That's probably something that you probably don't want to do.
Hey, you know what? If it works and it pays the bills, I ain't gonna judge. Okay.
We've all thought about, 12th Street corner. Okay. You get to that point and you're just like, do I have morals?
If it pays your bills, it pays your bills. I ain't gonna judge you.
I might judge a little, but I won't say it to your face.
I ain't.
This is why she's my ride or die. I can call her with anything. And she's just
judge.
Like, she just shakes her head, no judgment. As I know on the inside, she's severely judging me, but she's like, no judgment.
Hey,
like,
you know what?
I feel like there's
people
judgment
every day who do something like that.
I mean, if it's going to help you get to your goal, you do you, boo.
I mean, get it. I'm not against it. If that, just don't get caught.
By authorities or their wives.
In the state of Utah, cover your nips.
At least use those little tiny like sticker tassel things and just put them over your nips.
I've got some bluey stickers. Come on over. You can just stick them right over. And don't take
if it helps,
don't take money from their hand. Make them set it on the table, okay?
Yeah.
Then it's a real transaction. Just go in the bathroom.
How do you know this?
You don't want to know.
I mean, if the money's just left and you take it, then no, it's not
a transaction.
Yeah. Oh, I just found $100 in the bathroom. All as well.
Yeah, just set it on the table, walk away.
I don't want to know how you know this, but I'm going to call you later today and ask details.
Anyway, really like make sure you cover your nip. Don't take money from their hand.
It's good to know. It's really good to know.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what if they like Venmo you or something?
That's fine too.
You just can't take it directly from them.
No. Then it's like a
transaction.
It's a transaction. They can arrest your ass if it's an undercover cop. But
you don't. Okay, let's not.
We'll talk about it later.
Later. Okay. But guys, it's all about. You can't get over this. No, my head is even thinking about this all day.
I keep thinking about bluey stickers on your nippies.
What nips? Anyway. it's just, we just way got off subject there. But yeah, that's kind of like.
Okay, so let's also talk about the fact that the other day my husband, his schedule is out a whole year. So I know what he's working until December already. But we have to plan out if we want to go do something this summer, when his time off is going to be. So him and I were sitting there, we were looking at the times, which we really try to take the kids somewhere during the summer.
Right.
Like, even not far. It's not like we're saving in envelopes here. We don't have a lot of money.
Yeah, we ain't going to Hollywood.
But I don't think we want to. I think it's on fire.
It is.
Yeah. But so we called Mindy because him and I were sitting there. We were looking at the calendar and we were like,
I love how they think about me for every trip.
We're going to go to, we've done St. George a lot with our kids. We've never gone to Vegas with them, which I know that like Vegas is more for adults, but there are things that we could do with our kids in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
So we called Min and we said, hey, we're going to plan a trip to Vegas and we're going to plan a trip to Yellowstone. I've never been to Yellowstone. And I'm super excited to go.
I think I've gone when I was little.
I don't know, but I've watched Yellowstone. So now I want to go to Yellowstone.
Oh, it's like the show, Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I need to still watch that. She calls me and we have decided that we're going to take a trip this summer, we're going to take a trip to Vegas.
Yeah.
And, I will say this. I've got some PTSD with going to Vegas because when I was little, we went to Vegas. Me and my siblings saw somebody get ran over and they covered her with a white sheet.
Ooh.
And then I remember walking the strip as a child. Do you know how many naked, like, female cards I got? My brother was like collecting them like Pokemon cards, putting them in his pocket for later.
I went to Vegas when I was 21. I had so many of those cards.
But it's about two, and it's also guilt free too because you've got your vacation card, you've got your envelope too.
Mm-hmm.
So you start going, okay, I know I'm going this time, so maybe that envelope I want to save up more than a date night envelope.
Yeah,
to make that goal, and then you're not going with your credit cards. You're not putting yourself in a credit card debt.
Yeah, and when we brought it up, we were looking at it. We're like, all right, we'll do this day and this day, and then towards the end of the summer, we're going to do Yellowstone. And Tyler said, I think you should call Min and see if Mindy wants to go. And I said, okay. I said, I don't think she will. But
I said, yes, guys.
I know. I said, let's call her. So he was like, Mindy probably doesn't get a lot of time out. And I was like, well, yeah, she's a single mom. And he was like, yeah, so let's take her.
And I said, hell yeah, can I go gambling?
Yeah.
Really what I said.
So we're going to take her with us and we're going to have a good time.
And but they're priorities too. To me, it's setting those memories that are going to matter more.
Yeah.
Than those toys that we spend on because you know how much money I spend on toys? It's a lot.
Yes.
So if we're cutting out some of those that we don't really need, then we can afford these.
Yeah.
And not to change the subject, but I built that dragon and I've been sitting here for the last 45 minutes trying to build this little dragon and I just succeeded.
But yeah, we're going to do that. And we're going to go to Yellowstone too. We've started looking at Airbnbs in Yellowstone and Mindy's going to go with us there too. Now you're throwing the dragon at me.
No, it shoots it.
Oh.
You put it in and then you pull the wings back.
Oh.
Took me a minute. Did you see me playing with this for a hot minute trying to figure it out?
Yeah, that's a Kinder toy.
I know, and they're always hard to build.
I know.
But yeah, so it's just about, I don't know.
But I also think this helps, like, not just being financially stable-ish, but I think it also helps, like, have that envelope for your kids. So, like, if we want to go do something or the miscellaneous envelope, let's say it's a Tuesday and it's like $2 Tuesday at the movie. Well, I could take my kid to go see a movie.
It's usually $5.
Well, $5.
But Taco Tuesday. You could always go to Taco Tuesday. It's, I don't know. I mean, I'm not rich by doing this yet, guys, but it is satisfying and it feels like I am working towards a goal.
I feel like we could do like a 6-month check-in on this. Right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. We could touch base and kind of see where we're at with it, like how you're doing, how I'm doing. And that would be cool. But let's do this too on our Facebook, on No Bullshit Mom's Facebook account.
Yeah.
Let's link in your expensive books and my cheap books. And you can use them, and we'll even link in the schedule, like the planner thing that we have.
Yeah.
And if you want to join in on us, with us, and do this, that would be awesome. We can give some extra tips. If you have any ideas of how to make a little extra for other people to start working towards their financial goals themselves, you can leave them in the comments.
Well, shit, even if you do join in and you do this with us or whatever, or start doing it after listening to this podcast, let us know how you're doing on it, because I want to know too.
We could do too. It'd be really fun. We could do, so when I'm out trying to make a little extra money, I also like to talk on the phone. It's my thing, it makes the day go faster, especially when you're out doing some door dashing or Walmart orders or whatever.
Because
we could do like 3-way calls, and we could talk about our progress that's going on. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Talk about it, because it also helps when you are doing it with somebody else.
Well, and also Drew, the cameraman.
We love Drew.
Wow. Gosh, we love Drew. He made that song.
You guys, did you listen to the song? Okay, song.
But he's not doing the challenges, but he also has joined in on getting financially stable this year. And I'm so proud of him. Like, he was texting me last night. He made a spreadsheet. He sent me he was like, I just want you to look at my spreadsheet.
Is it like a real spreadsheet?
Yeah, he's going.
I want a real spreadsheet of my bills.
I'll just have
mine's just handwritten right now.
I'll just let Drew do them.
But I've learned in my planner to use a pencil, so I'm not using so much white out.
Oh, there you go. There you go. But he's doing it too. So we're all, I think, going into 2025, not trying to have resolutions that we're going to fail at, but having things and ways to better ourselves.
Yes. And, it also keeps you in your own lane. So what I've noticed when I'm setting goals for myself, especially like this, I'm not paying attention to what somebody else is doing in their life, because I'm all about the gossip and the drama. Give it to me. I want all of it.
Yeah.
But when you set a goal for yourself, you're staying in your own lane, and you're staying mentally in check with yourself and what you're doing.
But I also think, like, if this isn't for you, it's not for you. That's okay. But I'm not going to judge somebody for not wanting to do it. And I'm not going to judge anybody. You don't get to judge me and think it's dumb.
We listen and we don't judge.
But
I judge and don't listen.
We'll listen, but we'll just judge later. But
and it isn't, Dari, right? It isn't for everybody.
It isn't for everybody.
But if it is for you, and it is something that, it's just a way for me, it's just a way to get ahead of the game without having to put large sums of money away at once.
Well, and I think also, like, it might be slow and it might take a while to build up and get there and do it all. But I think, like, by mid-year this year, I might be able to have more money saved up than I ever have, because it's an easier way for me to do it.
You have to have that discipline that you don't go empty all your envelopes, because there's tons of money in all of them, and you just empty them and go blow it all on a new scooter. You gotta, you have to.
She's talking from experience.
It's a discipline. This is what this one is for. If I want that scooter, I've got to make sure I have an envelope that says scooter on it.
You know what, though? You and I have been really good about holding each other accountable. And if you have a friend and they're willing to do it with you, you can hold each other accountable.
And that's the one thing that I admire about the friendship between you and I, is it doesn't matter what it is, if it's a financial goal, if it's working out, if it's eating better, if it's whatever it is. There is accountability, which is why you're always afraid to go to your ride or die and tell her you made a mistake. And you have to break it to her. You have to be like, so remember that time you told me not to do that? She would say, well, I did really good for like a week, and I did it again. And don't hate me. But then you got her that she's like, well, I'm really proud that you did it a week. Now let's try it again, and let's go 2 weeks.
No, and then, physically and fitness wise, I've been doing really good this year.
I've sucked at it. I will say that. I have not been good at it, but every day I wake up, I set the intent to be good at that.
Yeah. And we were going to join a gym.
We were.
Yeah, we really had.
And then we decided to use my gym for a hot minute
townhome
at my townhome, and then decide moving on. But if there is one thing,
I do work out though. I've actually been working out with the VR, and dude, you will break a sweat.
dude, let me just tell you, by the time that I get done with my clients and then I go out and do something else, by the time I get home or anything like that, I am ready to just watch a murder movie and go to bed. And then I try. I am a morning person, not a night person. I like to get up in the morning and go to bed early. You're more of a night person.
I work great
because you're
yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be a morning person, but now I'm a night person. I can stay up all night and I feel great.
I like to get up and clean my kitchen.
Although on my days off, I stay up till like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And then if I sleep for like 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours, I'm good. But I love that time at night when my kids are asleep and I'm all by myself. I can do whatever I want.
No, I'm usually in sleep before my child, but I like to wake up in the morning because nobody's awake. Nobody's blowing up my phone. Nobody's calling me. Nobody's nothing. And I can sew. I can clean. I can have coffee. I mean, I can even fart in peace if I chose to.
Yeah, well, and Drew, the camera guy, works graves with me too, so we're both generally texting each other late at night anyway.
By the time I'm up in the morning, Daria's just going to bed.
Yeah.
It really puts a damper on our friendship some days because when I'm up and ready to talk, she's asleep, and then when she's up ready to talk, I'm in bed. You know what, though?
Your new schedule is going to work out really well for us.
Yep, I'll be busy while you're asleep.
Yep. She's going to work the same
and
days of the
that's
week
another thing too. Like, I really want to stress about an app. It's called care.com. You're probably familiar with it. I used to use it all the time when I was a nanny.
Yeah.
But you can get on there, guys. Like, there was an ad for someone to go in and take care of a chinchilla, or you had a bird one.
Yeah.
And you go in and you just feed these animals and then you get paid to do it. So take advantage of all of this stuff, especially if you have some extra time. Like, if you're working 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., you probably don't have time for shit. But if you want to get ahead of it, take advantage of these. And we can also post some of these different apps too.
Yeah.
That people can get on and make a little extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been doing good this year so far. And we've got plans to do stuff with the kids this summer. We're planning it out. So we're going to hold each other accountable to make them happen.
Accountability
and we're just going to work around all our work schedules.
Morals. Don't ask me about my morals. I have none, but I am sticking to these goals.
Yeah. Well, it's because we're both doing it.
It's like yesterday I went to go meet with some of these new clients, right? And I'm like trying to look better than what I am. And I'm like, yeah, well, and I look at Mac and I'm like, we have a tour chart. And, I just like to teach them young. And Matt goes, yeah, I have a tour chart, but I don't actually do them. And I'm like, I look over and everybody started laughing. And I'm like, kids say the darnest things, don't they? I was like, when COVID happened and COVID was a big thing, I'd sit there and you could blame everything on a fever, and I'd be sitting there and sorry, my daughter is sick. She's got a fever. And then there's my kid going, no, I don't. I'm like,
It's like remember when I called you, I had an appointment and I didn't want to go to it. And I called the lady and I'm like, hey, I just need to reschedule. My kid is sick. And my kid's sitting next to me. I'm not sick.
I know.
And I'm like, yes, you are.
And then you have to explain to them, there's a thing called white lie. And I'm not saying it's okay to white lie. I'm not saying lying is good. Like, lying's not good at all. But sometimes it's necessary.
Joe's like, I'm not sick. I'm like, yes, you are. Shush.
She's in denial. She wants to.
She don't want to admit it.
Like we all do. But yeah, high fever. Woo!
She coughed earlier.
Gotta go to the ER.
I heard the cough. There's some sniffles.
And there's like a sniffle and a cough. And you know what? My throat's starting to actually hurt. It's like,
my throat's
I
starting to close.
hate going to the dentist. Okay, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'd rather go have surgery over and over than go to the freaking dentist.
I'd have another C-section than go to the dentist.
I always call them. Right? And I'm like, my daughter has strep. And I think I got it. And Mac's like, I don't have strep. I'm all, we do have strep in this house.
We do. It's going around.
She's just kind of sick of having it, And I call every time. But I didn't actually call and cancel my dentist appointment this last time.
They called and canceled on you.
Me, and I was pissed off because Why is it that I have to give you a 24-hour notice, but you can cancel on me the day of?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to start charging you a canceling fee. I
You
should
were
get a discount on my
She
dentist.
called me. She was so pissed because it was in her plan.
And I had to white it out.
That was so funny.
I got to fill out my week. I got to sit down in my car and start filling out my week because now that I know what my new schedule is going to be, so I got to fill out my new schedule, my new week. And another thing too, before we jump off, another thing that's helped me too save a little extra as well is meal planning. And Dari's taught me that. So I used to go to the grocery store not knowing what I was going to cook, when I was going to cook it. I'd just go in and buy food and go home. And then half the time the food would go bad, or I never made plans of actually cooking it. So I made a grocery list this last time. I knew what I was going in for, and I knew what I got, and I knew, and I have it in my planner of when I'm going to make it, and I probably saved by doing that like $75. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's $75 more to go into my savings challenge. So, make plans. I mean, there's a reason they do it. And I will say I was the one that made fun of it for a very long time. But if you go more strategic with it and you can plan it out, because you can also eat your leftovers. And if you don't eat your leftovers, just call me. I'll come get your leftovers. But you can save extra by knowing what you're going in for.
Well, I've even started doing it. So the days that I work, because I'm so tired Monday through Wednesday when I'm working. And this week I'm working an extra shift just for extra money. But I do on Saturday or Sunday, if I'm home and I'm not doing anything, I'll meal prep those meals already. So this week,
so good at it.
They're already in my fridge and ready to go.
Well, and another money saving tip is just go borrow laundry soap from either your mother or your best friend. That will save you some money. Just call and say, hey, can I just get like 5 dryer sheets? Or, hey, I need some laundry pods. Or, hey, I got even, I hate toilet paper and paper towels and trash bags, okay? Because in my head, I'm spending so much money on stuff that's going down the toilet and in the trash can. Yeah. I won't do it. Like we've talked before, I use grocery bags. I really, really do. I do have my dad ask me when I had my hysterectomy, he's like, do you have a trash can? If they do, it's in the garage. I don't use it, but it is out there because I don't want to spend all this money on a trash bag when I get them free every time I go to the grocery store. I get bags, to tie them up, throw them away, right? So toilet paper, I struggle with it, right? I don't care what it feels like when I wipe my butt. I don't care. Toilet paper is toilet paper to me.
Yeah.
I don't care. One time I was sitting there. So I go out and I just buy it when it's on sale. Okay, Dari goes out and probably buys soft pillow top, extra pillow top toilet paper from Sam's Club.
Sam's Club.
Exactly.
Brand.
Right? Which is nice toilet paper. I go to Walmart and you get 4 little rolls for like 90 cents. That's great. Okay, they don't last long at all and they're really thin, so you got to double it up before you wipe, but it just goes in the toilet. Anyway, I was sitting there the other day going to the bathroom at Costa Vida, and I was like, I have a plan. Okay, this is how trashy I could actually be sometimes. I didn't do it. But if you are really struggling and you cannot afford to just bring in one of your empty toilet paper rolls. Now, don't think of it as stealing. Think of it as an IOU. Okay, and just wrap some toilet paper on your empty toilet paper roll, and then bam, you've got toilet paper for the week. You're going to save money for your savings book. Now, I've never done it, but I mean, doesn't that logically think that it would make sense to do that, right? I just gave you all my tips and tricks. No, not do that?
No, don't do that.
I thought it was clever.
No.
See, but this is where my head goes. It thinks of how to save money all the time. And I don't care how ghetto I look.
If I find empty toilet paper rolls in like your bag,
and when people walk into my house, they have no idea that I use Walmart bags for trash bags, and they probably have no idea that toilet paper came from Costa Vida or McDonald's. They don't know, because when they come into my house, it smells good, it's clean. I look like I've got some kind of money somewhere stashed under a sink or something, but really, I look like this because I get the toilet paper from McDonald's.
I'm peeing at home from now on.
And I secretly like to come here for the snacks and toilet paper. Listen, sometimes Dari will come and she'll say, I made extra dinner. You want some? I'm like, on my way, bitch. And I come over and I'm like, you don't happen to have a dryer sheet and a laundry pod, do you? I got to do some laundry. And then I'm sitting there on the toilet and I'm like, Not toilet paper. So then I'm looking through all my little things and I find some tissues, that, when you have an operation at the hospital, make sure you take the tissues with you. I'm Debbie Brown's daughter. I mean, come on. Like, I've learned all these tips and tricks, okay? The little shampoo things, anytime you go and you have to stay, okay, maybe you guys don't stay at the hospital, but I've been in the psych ward 46 times. I know what I'm doing. Right? Good thing I have those tissues from my hysterectomy, or I never would have been able to get off the pot because my kid was at school. You were on the phone with me, but I was screwed. Because you didn't even have a towel inside.
When you got to do the squat waddle.
I ain't doing the squat waddle. I'm Kermit. But it's just, if you really think about it, toilet paper is so damn expensive, and all we do is wipe our behinds with it and throw it away.
Well, yeah, but who wants to be walking around with a shitty ass?
Well, you're still going to use toilet paper. You just don't need the expensive toilet paper. People, when they come to my house, they ain't getting extra treatment for their bum.
Hey, you know
don't
what?
Like it, go
We
poop
don't when
somewhere
we go
else.
to the grocery store and shit like that either. But when I'm in my own home, I like a little extra,
You can really tell a difference.
Yeah, I'm going to send you home with some toilet paper today, and you can tell me if you can tell the difference.
I've made it another couple of days. See, guys, this is how you save money.
Fucking hell.
One time I was at a shampoo and conditioner, and I did not want to go to the store to get any. Okay. And I'm not that woman that's got to go and get the BioTerra or Biolage. I don't have to do any of that. I really don't care. It's going to clean my hair. Unless it's dollar store, don't do it. You're going to have frizzy hair, right? I'm fine with like going and getting like, I don't know, Tresemme or Aussie. Like, I don't care enough about my hair. Guys, I have wonderful hair. It's very thick. You would think that I spend a lot of money on it. But in fact, I buy a bottle for $5 holas. Lasts me a month. But did not want to go to the store. Okay? It gets late. Pick up my kid. I don't want to go. Don't have time for it, So I just am like, Mom, do you have any shampoo or conditioner that I can just borrow? I need to take a shower and I want to go to the store. She's like, go look up in the cupboard. I couldn't find any. And she stashes it. She's coupon shop. So she's got everything you could think of in her closets. And she didn't have any. So I was like, oh, shit, I'm going to have to go to the store. Guess what? I just went into her shower.
And stole hers.
And I go, Mom, it was nice. It was a nice one. I think it was Biolage. I was like, how old is this? She's like, I don't know. It's been in there. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking it. Guess what? I didn't have to go to the store for another 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.
Save money.
There you go.
Then I think I came over here and you gave me some laundry because you weren't using those little sheets. I'm still using them and they're fantastic.
I didn't like them. Laundry detergent sheet. I didn't like them.
I don't. It cleans my clothes. But I usually have to run them like 4 times because I forget they're in my freaking washer.
Well.
But those are tips and tricks, guys.
Yeah.
Don't follow me. Actually, do what Dari does. Don't do what Mindy does. Do not get your toilet paper from Costa Vida. Costa Vida, if you're listening to this, I have never done it. I have thought about it.
Good God.
I do take extra napkins for my car. You never know when you need them. And it's one of those that's like, if you don't use napkins from a fast food restaurant at your house, then we're in a completely different tax bracket. And I have to agree with that.
I use paper towels.
Sometimes I just take a bundle of napkins with me.
I can't take you anywhere. Okay, funny story real fast. I didn't go on this vacation, but my parents, my stepmom and my dad, they were on vacation one time with my younger sibling. They were in Vegas. They were at a buffet. And my stepmom was like, after they were done eating or something, she was like, stick all the forks in my purse. And my siblings were like, what the fuck? No. Because we never had silverware. Like, it just would go missing. And so they would be like, stick it all in my purse. So every restaurant that they went to on that vacation, they stole all the silverware. My brother, my stepbrother, my sister, my stepsister, they were all horrified. And now as an adult, I'm like, this is a really good idea.
It's not bad. Or like the ketchup and mustard packets, mayo packet. I don't know about you, but you open my fridge, you need some ketchup, girl. I got you ketchup.
Oh, I just buy ketchup.
You know it's getting desperate when you're opening all the ketchup packages and slurping them in your ketchup bottle one by one. I've never done that, but I've thought about it. But Ketchup at Winco is like $1.25. Okay, let's not be too petty.
Says the girl who's going to steal toilet paper from Costa Vida.
I hate toilet paper, paper towels, and trash bags. I hate them. So I will only get toilet paper. I look for Smith's. When Smith's gets it on discount or on sale, I'll go get it. Winco, they have cheaper toilet paper. I am not going to invest in freaking Charmin, okay? I ain't going to do it. I don't care if it's got a cute little teddy bear on it or not, and it says extra comfortable, and they rub it on their face. I ain't doing that with my toilet paper. I don't rub it on my face, okay? I wipe my ass with it. I throw it in the toilet, and I flush it, okay? I don't want expensive toilet paper. Trash bag. What's the point? You get bags every time you go grocery shopping, okay? Just use them again, okay? Universe is going to thank you. Okay, I don't care if it smells like Febreze. In fact, I hate when they smell like Febreze because all they're doing is masking the smell of the actual trash. Disgusts me. I like non-scented, reusable. Walmart ones are really good. Smith's are really good. And every now and then, if you go to Winco, you can get the paper bags. Those ones are great. Okay, just take a bundle of those. And those ones handle like a charm. Paper towels. I am weird about cleaning. I do not use rags because I feel like they do spread germs more than they clean them. I see people clean their floors and they turn around and clean their tables. And I'm like,
ew.
Same rag. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm never coming over here again because I just think COVID now. Okay, this is not cool. I use paper towels. But I don't need one paper towel to clean up a whole mess. I can use 6 of them in a row and it's going to be just fine. I go for cheap paper towels too. Okay. I do love going to my mom's because she got the soft paper towels, which is really soft. Mine are a little hard and when you bend them, they break. But it's fine. Those are 3 things I hate buying. I hate buying them. I do love my laundry to smell good. So I do invest in more money in my laundry, like my Downy and your little pebble things you put in there. Used to make my own laundry soap because I loved a certain smell.
Yeah.
But trash bags, paper towel guys ain't going to do it. You want to help? You want to invest in that for me? You want to send me some Charmin? Please do because I want to hate you for it, but I ain't going to buy it. I ain't going to buy it.
Okay, on that note.
I'm going to save the money I'm going to save from toilet paper, paper towels, trash bags. I'm going to buy something at Costa Vida and I'm going to go take their toilet paper while I'm there. I haven't done it, but I might do it and I might video stuff.
She's saying this and she's convincing herself that she hasn't done it, but I'm starting to think she has.
No, I really haven't.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think it's a genius thought though?
I mean, I know because I just wouldn't do it. I don't.
You got a line waiting out the door. You're like, hold on a minute. It's going to be a big one. Rolling toilet paper. Stuff it in your shirt and walk out.
Oh, God damn it.
But if you're buying, you're eating there and you spend a lot of money, they let you use their facilities. So why not take a little extra toilet paper with you?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I better stop talking because I'm going to end up in prison over this.
All right, guys. Have a good week. We will talk to you next week.
Oh, see you later.
No Bullshit Moms is a Pod Craze production.